I want you to know I missed you a lot, and I was like hoping to come back. I guess I had to come back because I came, right? I hope that all of us are just 1 year older. There's an unbelievable story. The holy Rabbi Shlomo went up to heaven. He wanted to see what's going on there. And there he saw that an old man of 80 is a servant of a little boy of 6. So he stopped the angels and he says, is there no respect in heaven? What's going on here? Oh, the angels began to laugh. And they say, Meryl, up here they don't count the days like you down below. On earth, someone watches television, eats bread for 10 years, does nothing else, is 10 years older. In heaven, they only count the minutes in which you do something. So it so happens that this boy of 6 is much older than the man of 80, you know? You know, sometimes you meet people a year later, and you can swear that they're not a year older. So I just hope and pray that all of us, just a few minutes older, maybe a few days. Hope so. Can you give me harmony? Hold on to the last note. There is a passage in the Psalms. There is a passage in the Psalms. And this is what it said. Dai blahai dai Hashem. Dai blahai dai Hashem. It's so good, it's so good to thank the one, the only one. It's so good to thank the one, the only one. Ole zava ba 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 me, l'shemecho bo 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 and to sing and to sing before the one who is so high. You know, it's very strange. Sometimes I don't know if you can reach God with our head because he's so high. But when you sing, something happens to you. You reach up there. And then the deeper meaning of it is very, very deep. You know, sometimes we feel God is so high, we're so far from God. But you know, the moment you start singing, you get close again. It's crazy. When you start singing, you don't make God lower. You just make yourself a little bit higher. Or maybe when you sing, I'm not so low, and God isn't even so high, he's just right here. I don't know if you're aware of it, my sweetest friends, that King David, when he composed the Psalms, he didn't compose the words, just he composed the melodies. And the sad thing is that, you know, in the Holy Temple, when they were singing the Psalms every day, they were singing them with the melodies of King David. The only sad thing is that after the destruction of the temple, we stopped singing the holy melodies. Because maybe some of you remember the sad thing that the Romans wanted the choir. Do you know how big the choir was in the Holy Temple? There was about 100,000 voices and 50,000 instruments. So the Romans thought, you know, this is a good catch. We'll bring them to the arena in Rome, charge admission, and we'll have a good choir, beautiful melodies. So if you remember, I don't know if you know the story. This is not to make each other sad, but just to give us a taste. Do you know there was one instrument in the Holy Temple which was, according to our tradition, invented by King David. It was like a little accordion or like a little piano. And each button was 100 chords. Can you imagine? It had 100 buttons, and each button was 100 chords. And King David was a master of melodies, right? And the secret of that instrument was given over from one generation to the other. And there was one family, and they knew how to make this instrument. So when the Romans came, they wanted to make this instrument. So they killed one after the other because they didn't want to tell them. Finally, there was one boy of 8 left from that family who knew how to make this instrument. And the Roman general said, you know, if you don't tell me, I'll kill you. I'm sorry. I can't give you the secret of holy instrument. So he said, you know what, teach me just to make 10 chords out of it, not 100. And he went down 1 chord. Just show me how the instruments look like. Anyway. So we are waiting so much for the Messiah to come, for everything else, but also to bring us back the real melodies, the real holy melodies. Anyway, give me a harmony. you all are so holy, if I can ask you really to bless me to make up some good melodies. You know, I have the great, great privilege. I'm a descendant of King David from 18 branches. Can you imagine? And sometimes I just hope maybe one little note of my songs is from King David. You know, maybe. Hope so. Anyway, bless you and bless me. Give me harmony again. Give me better harmony.
ay,
There's a prayer we say on Shani Yom Kippur. This is what it says. Simcha le'atzecha v'sosai le'erecha. Let there be joy in your land. Let there be joy in your city. And let the holiness of King David, let it grow, let it grow. And let his light shine, let his light, let his light shine. And let his light shine forever, and let it shine, let it shine. Let redemption be so close. Let redemption be so close. Give me harmony, sweetest brothers and sisters. Simcha bo 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 וצמיחת קרן על דוד עבדך בריך הסנר לבן ישי משיחך ממנו בימינו בום 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 bum 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 ay 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 la 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 ay 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 la 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 ay 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 chair. خاطرني لين من خيلا مش حاكرني بدوي I wouldn't know it's from here, I would have thought it's from paradise, you know? Listen, right now I need strong blessing from you, okay? I'm blessing you back. Can you hold it for 1 sec? Can you give me the sweetest harmony? Return again. Return to the land of your soul. Return again. Return again. Return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are. Born and reborn again. La 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 Return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what Lord, you return to where you were born and reborn again. La 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 oh, la 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 la, la 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 la. I'd like to share something with you. I'm sure most of you know, all of you know that about 3 weeks from now we have holiday Purim. And I think I had the privilege of being here last year, but at the same time we talked about it. You know, every holiday you have to be filled with joy. With the exception of Purim, where joy is not enough. You have to be drunk with joy. Drunk with joy. Its drunkenness has to be so high that you absolutely don't know the difference between good and evil. You see, all year long we think the highest thing is to know good and evil, because all year long we are still hung up on the tree of knowledge. On Purim, I don't know the difference. Because let me tell you something. You know what I realized on Purim? The problem was not that I knew evil. The problem is, if I know evil, even the good becomes evil also. That kind of good which has an opposite evil, how good is that? You know, let's say I'm choosing between God and idols, and I choose God. How does it sound to you? Okay, it's a high level maybe. But then I realize I have to choose. Listen, I'll walk up to a girl and I say to her, you know something? To tell you the truth, I'm in love with 3 girls. But then finally I decided on you. You know, she'll blow her mind. I never had so much love in my life, right? So call me next year, you know, who gives a damn about this whole thing? I don't need it. You have to choose. You know, I say to God, you know, there's good and evil, and I decided to be good. Thank you. God says, oh, I never heard such beautiful words. So Purim, I'm getting out of the whole scene. I'm getting out of this whole thing. I don't even want to know the good which has evil on the other side. I don't want to know good, I don't want to know evil. I just want to know one thing, that there's one God. That's all I want to know. But you see, the knowledge, the God knowledge, which comes down to us in Purim, while we are so drunk, oh, it's a different kind of knowledge. It's a completely different kind of knowledge. It is so deep. And according to our tradition, this kind of depths didn't even come down on Mount Sinai. On Mount Sinai, God told us, give us the 613 laws. It's all beautiful. It says, don't do this, don't do this, do this, do this, don't do this, don't do this, do this. It's all beautiful. But you know what I'm doing on Purim? I'm going even deeper than that. Not, God forbid, that on Purim I say I can do anything I want to. God forbid, that's not the point. The point is that on Purim I receive God's word in so much deeper level. So much deeper. Let's put it this way. Take a little baby, it's raining outside. And the baby wants to go out without a coat. So the mother says, don't go out in the rain. Right? And the baby hears the words, don't go out in the rain. The baby wants to go out. Has to choose between going out in the rain and not listening to his mother or going out. It's all cute and sweet. So finally the baby says, okay, I'm listening to my mother. But imagine if it would be revealed to this baby how much the mother loves this baby, that it hurts her so much to see the baby going out in the rain without a coat. Imagine if God would open all the gates and show this baby, your mother doesn't say, don't go. Don't you know how much your mother loves you? She cares for you so much. Suddenly, it doesn't become, don't go. It's deeper than all this. It doesn't even say, do this. It's just the greatest outpouring of love. You see, all year long, I think God told me, do this and don't do this. And I accept it. Got to listen to God. But with this kind of knowledge, I will never wipe out evil. Because I always have choice. So once a year, I'm getting out of the whole scene. Because once a year, we are mamish, absolutely wiping out evil from the world. And the way we're doing it, we're being so high, so high, so high. And the deeper the knowledge, higher the knowledge, which I feel on Purim, keeps me going all year long. You know, sweetest friends, on Yom Kippur, and everybody knows that Yom Kippur is a little bit like Purim, and some of you know Hebrew. Yom Kippurim, the Gemara says Yom Kippurim. Yom Kippur is a little bit like Purim. Purim is even higher. The craziest thing is, on Yom Kippur, I'm standing before God, I'm fasting, and I'm confessing all my sins. On Purim, I walk around giving gifts to each other, and I'm drunk like a dog, lying under the table drunk. This is higher than Yom Kippur? Yeah, it is. You know, on Yom Kippur, I'm still standing before God and I'm saying, I'm sorry I did this, I'm sorry I didn't do this. It's all cute and sweet. On Yom Kippur, on Purim, I want no part of that. I don't even want that. Purim is so deep, so deep. You know, again, on a simple level. Imagine I hurt someone's feelings. I love somebody very much and I hurt their feelings. And I meet them and we talk it over. I explain to them why they hurt me, why I hurt them. It's a whole geschäft, right? It's very sweet. Then we make up. On Purim, I don't want that. On Purim, I'm just so glad I'm in the presence of God. Imagine I hurt somebody's feelings, I didn't see them for so long. And suddenly I see them. I don't even remember that I ever hurt you. And I hope you don't remember that I ever hurt you. I'm just so glad to see you. So glad to see you. And I'm not even promising you I'll never hurt you again. Because I don't know. I'm so drunk, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. But I know one thing. I just love you so much, so much, so much. So Purim is we're sending gifts to each other, not face to face, with somebody else. And here I want to share something very, very deep with you. Started learning it last night a little bit. You know, friends, everybody today, if you have problems, you run to a psychiatrist. If you have nothing better. Okay, the truth is some psychiatrists are good, some are bad. Like some doctors are good, some are bad. I had the privilege some time ago, some psychiatrists asked me to give a little talk to them. So I asked them, you know, there's first aid physically, but there has to be also first aid mentally and spiritually. What's the first thing you're doing if somebody comes broken to you? First aid. And for all of us. You meet somebody who's so broken. So broken. What do you do? Or what is the first thing you do? Okay, every psychiatrist said something, and since I'm already like a little purim, I don't want to say it was bad or good, but I thought to myself, if I'm in need of first aid, I won't go to them. I asked them, the truth is, if you yourself would be in need of first aid, would you go to yourself? Do you think this is first aid? Or you think you can do better? Okay, I had the privilege of learning with him a few times, we learned a lot of deep things. But right now I just want to share with you one thing. This is a very deep teaching by one of our holiest masters, the Holy Kalina. And really I want you to open your hearts, friends. The Talmud says to find your soulmate is as hard as crossing the Red Sea. Okay, even without explanation, it's just true, right? Because you know what the crossing of the Red Sea is? It's beyond nature, right? There is no way of getting to the other side. To put two people together, there is no way in the world. God has to make a new way. God in His infinite mercy has to make a new way. Okay, this is the simple meaning. But here the Holy Master of Arn Kalina moves in. Mamish opens the gates of heaven to something unbelievably deep. Because they're basically, all the holy Kabbalists are asking, what was so much of a miracle to cross the Red Sea, to split the Red Sea? Because everybody knows when God created the world, He told the Red Sea, I want you to know in that year, on the 7th day of Pesach at night, 22 minutes after 10, 3 million people will stand by your shores. And I'm only creating you under the condition that you will split open, let them go through. And the Red Sea knew this the whole time. So what's so much of a miracle? That means it was already engraved in the very creation of the Red Sea that the Red Sea has to split open. Okay, please, let's concentrate strong. This is what he says. Unbelievable depth. He says like this. I want you to open your hearts. Because I have no other way of saying it in simple words, but it's the deepest depth. He says, the Red Sea said to God, you want me to split open for 3 million people? Show me a picture of them. Show me how they look like. So God showed the Red Sea how the 3 million people look in heaven. How their souls look like. How they really are up there. But when they stood really by the Red Sea, broken, you know what it means to be in Egypt? To be a slave? To be beaten, to be broken? Takes a long time to recover, right? So suddenly on the 7th day of Pesach at night, 22 minutes after 10, people are standing there. Red Sea says, no, I don't remember you. Don't recognize you. You don't look like the way I saw you. And the sea refused to split open. And here I want you to hear this deepest, deepest depths, what's happening to us in our lives. I have to add one more story. At one time before Yom Kippur, a woman came to Rabbi Yitzchak Berditchever, the Holy Master. She was crying. She says, Rebbe, please bless me. My husband should come back to me. He left me. And he says, oh, why did he leave you? So she says, because he says, I became ugly. So he says, so what do you say? So she says, what I say? Why doesn't he remember how beautiful I was when I married him? So Rabbi Yitzchak couldn't control himself anymore. He ran to the synagogue and opened the Holy Ark. He says, God, did you hear what she said? It's true, we are so ugly now. But why don't you remember how beautiful we were before? And all of us. Do you know how beautiful we were once? Do you know how beautiful we were when we were created? So beautiful. So holy. So divine and so exalted. Gewaltig beautiful. So here I want you to open your heart in the deepest depths. If God forbid a person becomes very ugly, so you say, I don't recognize you, because once you were the most beautiful girl in the world, now you look ugly. You know what I'm telling you? I don't really love you that much. Because if I love somebody the most, I'll still recognize them. Not only I'll recognize them despite their ugliness, I will see all their beauty behind this ugliness. And I want to share something very, very deep with you. I had the privilege of learning it at a wedding in Israel just a few weeks ago. It became very clear to me. You know, in the course of our life, two things are happening to us. We become dirty, and we become ugly. When a person becomes dirty, when you become dirty, when I become dirty, we cry our eyes out. And our tears make us pure again. You can wash your own dirt. When a person becomes ugly, only somebody else can make me beautiful again. I need somebody to walk up to me and say, you know something? I still recognize your beauty. I still see how beautiful you are. And here I want to share the deepest depths with you. You know what the most broken person in the world is? Somebody who doesn't remember how beautiful he was once. If I lost that picture, that image, how I was when I was beautiful, how holy I can be, how exalted. I look at the mirror, I'm just an ugly, ugly creep. I'm not an image of God anymore. I lost it. I lost my God image. You know what my friend is doing to me? They're giving me back my God image. They said to you, you know something? And here I want you to know, sweetest friends. You know what it means to love somebody? That God in His infinite mercy lets me see the image of God in that person, how beautiful this person is. God lets me see the real face of that person. The real face of that person. Okay, you know what happened on the Red Sea? You know what happened when we crossed the Red Sea? Suddenly the Red Sea loved us so much love in the air, that suddenly the Red Sea recognized us again. And now really you have to blow your mind. The Holy Kalina says, everybody knows that 40 days before you're born, they call out in heaven, Yankele Shitmei Chanele. So Yankele says to God, show me my soulmate. And Chanele says to God, show me my soulmate. So you know what's happening? Everyone is shown the way they look in heaven. So beautiful. Unbelievable. You know what the saddest thing in the world is? We meet again in this world. We don't look like it anymore. The man says to the woman, you know, you're not the woman I once met in heaven. You don't look like it. And she says, you? No, you're ugly. You know what God is doing in His infinite mercy? Splitting the Red Sea. And the most beautiful thing is this Kafus Sahamas Belev Yom. This is really like only God could say such words. Belev Yom, in the heart of the sea. No, it means God split the heart of the sea. Something happens to your heart and you look at that person who looks ugly to you. And your heart opens and you say, maybe I am the one to make you beautiful again. Maybe I am the only one who remembers how beautiful you were once. It's a blind teaching. So I just want to share it with you, sweetest friends. Basically, on Yom Kippur, I'm standing before God and begging for forgiveness that I'm so dirty. I did this wrong, I did this wrong. Purim, I'm not talking about being dirty. You know what Haman wanted to do us? He wanted to make us ugly. You know what it means to die? To become ugly. Without life. Dead. Death is ugly. I don't mean leaving this world and going to another world. Become a dead person is ugly. Become a dead friend is ugly. Haman wanted to make us ugly. And the Talmud says the most beautiful thing, I mean the words of the Talmud are so strong. The Gemara says Haman, when he told Achashverosh, let's kill all the Jews, he said terrible things about us. He said Lishne Bisha. He said ugly words about us. You know when you talk bad about another person, it's not dirty. It's ugly. It's so ugly. You know, if I eat ham instead of kosher meat, it's dirty. It's not ugly. When I speak evil about another person, it's ugly. When I hurt somebody's feelings, it's not bad. It's so ugly. It's ugly. And you know what it is on Purim? The highest thing in the world is that God gives us back the image of our friend. How beautiful they could be, how beautiful they are inside. So I'm sending you a gift, and I say, I don't want to look at you the way you're now, because this is not the way you really look. I'm sending you an apple and an orange, and I want you to know I'm sitting in my house and crying my eyes out, begging God to make you beautiful again. And you send me back an apple and an orange. I say, I don't want to look at you right now. This is not the way you really are. I know it's not. Because God showed me your picture. God showed me how beautiful you really are. You know what happens after we send each other gifts? Late at night, we both are drunk. and we're lying under the table, and we look at each other, suddenly we look so beautiful again. So beautiful. And here I want to share the deepest depths with you. There are teachers and there are parents. And again, it goes without saying, sometimes a teacher can become your parent if they want to, if they love you enough. A teacher is somebody who can make you clean again. Teaches you, do this, don't do this. To make you beautiful again, only parents can. They have to love you so much. They have to give you so much life. Everybody knows on Purim is V'doiva Sholem L'chodzao. The last words of the book of Esther is that there's peace between parents and children forever and ever and ever and ever. You know when children are angry at their parents? You know a baby is born and the mother says, I want you to be a doctor, a lawyer. You know what they're saying to this baby? I don't have your picture the way you looked up in heaven. I don't know you. Baby says, what? You lost my picture? You lost my image? I want you to know something else. Sometimes parents become so ugly, so ugly. Some of our parents are so ugly. And you know the only one who can make them beautiful again is us, their children. Because you know what it means to be born by somebody? Why did I choose my father and my mother? Because God showed me their picture in heaven. He says, oh, they are so beautiful. I'd love them to be my father and my mother. And then something happens. I don't remember how my mother or my father ever looked like. And they're so broken. And you know, on Purim, they make peace between each other. I'm sending my father and my mother an apple and an orange. And I say to them, you know something? I remember the way God showed you to me before I was born. And they send me back an apple and an orange. And they say, you know something? Before you were born, God showed you to us. Do you know how parents know children before they're born? How deep that is? Is there anything deeper in the world? It's deeper than prophecy. It's much deeper than prophecy. It's the deepest depth there is. And I want you to know something else. And this is mind-blowing. Do you know sometimes even God looks ugly to us? Because I'm God's image, right? I look in the mirror and I'm ugly. Automatically. God is ugly also. God bless you. Whatever I think of myself, this is what God is all about, right? For me. Everybody has their own God image. You're stupid, God looks stupid. You're crazy, God looks crazy. You're stingy, God looks stingy. You're angry, God looks angry. Whatever you think, that's what God is, right? But the craziest thing in the world is, don't you remember what God is really all about? Don't you remember that 1 minute when you really knew what God is all about? God is really all about. What the world is all about. So you know something on Purim? While we are so high, beyond our senses, God is giving us back this holy image. I know again what God is all about. Gewalt is God holy, is God beautiful. Gewalt is it so good to be a servant of God. Gewalt. Gewalt is it beautiful. You know how beautiful it is to do somebody else a favor? Do you know how beautiful it is to walk up to a poor man and give him something? It's so beautiful. And it's so divine. So I want to bless you and me and the whole world. You know what the world needs? To become beautiful again. And you know what most people need? So much. Just for someone to make them beautiful again. Imagine if someone would love me enough to give me back my picture. And you know the way you give back a person the image? On purim. It's crazy. I think you put in an orange. And while you receive it, you close your eyes. Suddenly you see, Gewalt, God gave me such a holy soul. Gewalt, Gewalt, there is one God. Gewalt, there is one God. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da la 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 dee da da la 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 dee da. Da da la 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 la, la 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 give me harmony. La 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 da dee da. Oh la 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 You know, friends, we have very few friends you can tell how ugly we are. Basically, I'm always hiding my ugliness. Because I'm so afraid if you'd know how ugly I am, you won't talk to me anymore. So I'm hiding it. But I want you to know something else. You know what we also do? We absolutely are hiding that part of us which is most beautiful. Because do I have a friend whom I can really tell how beautiful I am? Most of us don't. Because there is something so special inside of me. So special. And so holy. And so exalted. And I have to hide it. Whom should I tell? Because if I tell somebody else, think, he's crazy, right? Let's face it. He thinks he's special. Imagine if I'll tell somebody, I'm so talented you won't believe it. What will they say? Have you seen a psychiatrist lately or something? I know a good one, It's cheap, but not that cheap, You should really talk it over with somebody who's more mature, right? Let's face it, friends, we don't have friends whom I can open my heart and tell them what God gave me special. We don't. We can lie to ourselves. We don't. We don't. Do you think children can tell their parents how special they are? Most parents get frightened when children tell them, I'm this, I'm that. What do you think you are? You're like everyone on earth. So you know what they do? They hide it. And here I want you to know something. You know why I became so ugly? Because I have nobody in the world to tell how beautiful I am. I have nobody in the world. You know what's happening to us in Purim? Suddenly, I love my friend so much. I send word to my friend with an apple and an orange. I'm sending one apple and one orange. I have to tell two things, right? Listen to this. I'm sending you two messages. I want you to know, even if you're the ugliest in the world, I still love you. And also, I want you to know, if you are the most beautiful in the world, I also love you. Let's face it, friends. The more beautiful a person is, the less friends they have. The more talented they are, less friends. The more mind-blowing special they are, the more everybody wants to tear them down. That's the world. That's the world of Haman. That's the world of killing, of stealing. That's the world we're living in. Right? That's society. Do you know what I'm doing on Purim? I'm getting out of the whole scene. I'm sick and tired of that kind of a world. I want a world where everybody can say to the world, I am so beautiful. I'm so holy. People say, oh, I'm so glad you are. Gewalt am I glad that you are. Gewalt am I glad. Gewalt am I glad. And I want to live in a world where a person can come to me and say, I'm so ugly, I need you to make me beautiful again. I can't stand it anymore. I can't bear it. And I say, I swear by God, I will not leave you until you're beautiful again. See, on Purim, God opens the deepest, deepest, deepest gates of heaven for us. The deepest gates of heaven. And what a day. What a day. I had the great privilege, really, spent it a few times, some real exalted holy masters. It was so awesome. So awesome. I couldn't believe myself that it's possible in this world. That it is possible in this world to feel that kind of holiness. And to feel absolutely, you know what it means to be out of evil? Evil doesn't exist. Jealousy doesn't exist. Hatred, I don't know what it means. I don't even know how to spell it. What a world. And you know, I want you to know, in Hebrew, healing is refuah, resh pei, aleph. Resh pei is the roots. And purim is resh pei, purim is pei resh. So Rabbi Shlomo says that absolutely the highest healing is on purim. And here I want to share something very deep with you. The world is growing up a little bit, and they know that you do healing with your hands. Sometimes you do healing with your eyes, with your thoughts, but with your hands very strong. On Purim, the Gemara says, Kol ha-poshet yad noistamai. On Purim, the way it's translated, and it really means so, that any poor man who holds out his hand, you have to give him something. But according to Kabbalistic tradition, you know what it really means? Because God does whatever we do. If I give my hand to anybody who holds out his hand, God also. If I hold out my hand, God holds my hand. You know, sweetest friends, how do you make somebody beautiful again? You gotta hold their hand. Gotta hold their hand. There is no two ways about it, right? So can you imagine, on all the holidays God gives us joy, God gives us freedom, God gives us the Torah. But in Purim, God gives us His hand. What a day. On Purim, I'm holding hands with the whole world. But the first thing is, I'm sending you an apple and an orange to let you know, can you please reveal yourself to me? Can you please tell me that part of you which is so ugly? And can you tell me also that part of you which is so beautiful? Because I love you so much, so much. And then you come, you hold out your hand. I'm holding out my hand. Because I have nobody either. Then we hold hands. What a day. What a night. Ti da 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 di. Ti da 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 di. Ti da da la 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 la. Ta da la la. Ti da 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 la la la. Ta la la ti da la ti. Ti da la la. La la la, la la la. Hi rai rai rai, hi rai rai rai, hi rai rai rai, rai 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 rai, hi rai rai rai, rai 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 rai, hi rai rai rai. Because of my brothers and friends, because of my brothers and friends, please let me ask, please let me sing peace to you. Ta la 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 la. Ta la 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 la. Ta la 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 la. La la la. This is the house the house of the Lord. I wish for you. But then we'll get up and hold hands and let's get very strong together. This is the house of the Lord. I wish the best for you. Can you make a strong circle around me? Come very close, please. Let's get close. Forget the world and get close. One on top of the other. Don't hold back. Listen, 2 miles away. What's going on there? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. Ay 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 You know, there's one holiday, what's the name for? And the strangest thing about this holiday is that all the holidays begin at sunset and they end at sunset. Purim, you tell me, you know, the day is over. I say no. I say, you're crazy. It's another day. I say no. I want you to know the deepest depths. The saddest thing in the world is dying, right? Everything is over. I loved you yesterday. Today, don't remember your name. I was very holy yesterday. It's another day. I went through changes, you know. Yesterday was holy, today. Dying all the time. Everything is dying. Every 2 minutes we're dying on something else. Purim, I defy that. I defy that. You tell me the day is over? I don't care. Keep on celebrating. And everybody knows, according to Kabbalistic tradition, that extra night, that is the highest any human being can reach. Everybody knows by the holy tzaddikim, by holy masters, that night, Gewalt. Whatever you'll say, whatever you think, it was deeper than that. So everybody knows that the Holy Sansa would celebrate until about dawn. And then, and nobody remembers all the holy teachings he gave over because it's beyond everything. Just one teaching you're privileged to know. The way the Holy Sansa would do it, the Holy Sansa was just last year, 100 years that he passed away. Sanz is a little town in Poland. And, according to our standards today, Sanz, it's a little hick town, maybe with 100 houses, right? A lot of mud. I'm sure we would have never heard about it if not for the Holy Master. Anyway, that's the way he did it. There were maybe thousands of people. And everybody was like somewhere else, right? Or maybe right there. About by dawn, the Holy Sansa would get up. He would walk around all over the city. Imagine there's a husband and wife. They're married for so long they didn't have children yet. So the Holy Sansa would get a lot of stones. And he would throw stones in their windows to make a way for God's blessing to reach them. And Gewalt, when you were privileged that the stone, that the Holy Sansa made a hole in your window. Gewalt, Gewalt. Imagine if someone would make a hole in our windows, in our doors. God's blessing wants to reach us, and we just pull down the windows, close the doors, and that's it, right? Imagine somebody would be very, very sick, just about, God forbid, dying. The Holy Sansa would go to their window, and he would throw stones, make a lot of holes in their windows. That'd be okay. And here's a teaching which one person was somehow not that drunk, not that high, but for us it's a miracle. So he wrote down that teaching and it came down to us. Because in between throwing stones, the Holy Sansa would say some Torahs, some teachings. Okay, this is a real, what the Sansa said. The Talmud says, and it's based upon a passage in the prophets, on the great day when the Messiah comes, when redemption will be there for the whole world, there will be a great dance. Now, all the holy people will dance in a circle. So everybody knows that dancing in Hebrew has a lot of words. Machol is one of them. But the Holy Sansa said like this: where is this dance taking place? So God needs a big space, right? So this is what the Holy Sansa says, and it's a real drunken high Torah. I want you to open your hearts. He says heaven, sadly enough, is not that big because there are not that many people there. The space of heaven is not big enough for that dance. So, what is God doing? He says the real dancing hall will be in hell. Because hell is very, very big. Now listen to this. So he says, why is that space, why is that dancing called machol? Because machol means dance and also means forgiveness. Now listen to this unbelievable thing. The Holy Sansa says that, unbelievable. And please take it on the highest level, I'm sure you will. On that day, all the holy people go down to hell. And they will say to all the evil people of the world, to the sad, broken people who are burning in hell, and tell them, Seid mir Meuchel, forgive me. I need your space here in hell. Can you take over my space in heaven? I need to dance here. Listen to this unbelievable teaching. So it says, you can come, later on you can come back. Right now, I'm giving you my space in heaven. You hear that? All the tzaddikim will go down to hell and say to the people there, can you please take my space in heaven? Give me your space in hell. I'm going to dance here. On that day, will be redemption to the world. What a teaching. What a teaching. So here I want you to know, during the day, I'm still talking about beautiful and ugly, heaven and hell, with all the highness. You know what I'm doing at dawn? If I see my friend is still in hell, I don't bless them. I don't send them letters. I don't even hold hands. And I don't do anything. I go down there and I say, here is my place. Please take my place now. And I'll take over your place. And I will dance so long until hell becomes heaven also.
Because on Hanukkah, Mama should not be missing. So good. Now let's open your house just for 2 minutes. Why is it on Hanukkah I'm standing by the door and I invite the whole world to tell the dark world, I want you to know, friends, you and I know the truth. Think the world is bad. We can't bear what's missing. We cannot bear it. Cannot bear it. It's about something missing. And because of that, what's missing, everything hurts. Everything hurts. I want you to know, imagine, God forbid, that imagine I'm going to a school and some students are good and some students are not so good. And imagine I say something to the student who's not so good and I'm the teacher. Why is this person so hurt? Because he's not such a good student in the first place. He knows something is missing. And then if on top of all this, I also hurt his feeling, I can't do that. I can't do that. Okay, now, this is the deepest step. We need to open your hearts to it. Now remember that in Tevis, there was no Mahmudas. That means the Kohanim, the Levim were not standing and praying while they brought the sacrifices because it's too late. If you're waiting for God to help you, this is the deep step. What do you mean? Oh, so who should help me if not God? There's two kinds of prayers. There is the kind of prayer which brings down a certain help, like a certain holiness, which God gives, which is part of the world. Or you find the rebels, you daven, and mamish, you have a high moment. This is a certain prayer which is part of the world. And then there's something so deep, like only God himself can do it. Only God himself can do it. So he says to fix anger, even prayer don't reach there. Ordinary prayer, even in the Beis Hamikdash, even the Kohanim, and even the Levim don't reach there. You know what's reaching? I don't know what's reaching. But you better pray. And what is reaching up there is like, I don't know what it is. So he says, you know what at this stage this is saying? The deepest depth is, it has to be clear to me that the truth is mamish God is in the world. It has to be clear to me like daylight. So again, I'm standing waiting for Benzine for 2 hours. You know why I'm not angry? Because it's clear to me I'm in God's hands and clean to God. But you see, I cannot just sit there and read a book. Everything goes on, look at it. It has to be so deep. You know how deep it has to reach? It has to reach that deepest depth of me, because I have to fill in what's missing. And this is the deepest depth. On the level of choice, there's something missing. I'm trying, it doesn't work. Once in every one of us, something wrong with us, right? And we're trying, we still can't do it. You know how we can fix it? The fixing is beyond us. Where even the prayers of the Holy Temple don't reach. There's something beyond. And here I'm coming to the deepest depth of the Torah. And here to me. And hearing that Yaakov says, Yaakov Avinu is saying to Yosef, I want you to bury me in the Holy Land. He said, I want you to swear to me. Then he asks you, is there anything Yosef would not do for his father? I mean, just imagine, God forbid, if someone has the lowest father in the world, before he dies, he says, my son, please do this for me. Everyone would do it. Why does he have to swear? Listen to me, only the Messiah can say this. You know what it is to be buried? To be dead is pretty bad, right? To be buried. It means I don't get anything. I'm completely cut off from life. I want you to know the Ishbet says there are certain different tyrants. And I am buried in connection to them. It doesn't reach me. It doesn't reach me. You know, sometimes you talk to a person and you don't reach them. You know why? they're bad. Maybe they're not bad in regard to everything in the world. You know, sometimes we experience this 1,000 times. You start talking to people, and you want to tell them something important, right? Can't get through. Why can't you get through to them? They're bad. They're only bad. So the Ishvita says, you know what Yaakov is doing with me? He said to Yosef, I want you to know. To take a dead person and bury him in Israel. You know what it is to be buried in Israel? To be still alive. Because the earth of that Israel is knowledge. Ours is a chai. Once you know the deeper steps of God's vision, you do something stupid. Knowledge we shouldn't be dead. You know, sometimes you meet people, you would give your life to get through to them. So what do? So he said, Yaakov says to Yosef, I want you to swear to me. You know what it is to swear? When do you swear? When you know it's not in your hands. You can't do it. And when you swear, you receive life from another level, you receive life from another planet, from another world. So here the Ishvita says, you get angry, you don't have a fear. Well, he's wrong. I want you to know, my beautiful friends, I don't want to say anything bad. The sad truth is, in a crazy way, do you know how many angry people are in Israel? You don't believe it. You know, I live in New York. Sure, people are angry. You don't see them. It's not so obvious, right? And that's crooked. And in all of Israel, it's not as obvious as in Yerushalayim. And in Yerushalayim, it's not as obvious as by the whole world. You know why? Because this is the headquarters for non-Jews. Let me say something. There are other 6 people in the world. Where do you find the most? In the hospital, right? Because that's where they are to be cured. The hospital for England is Yerushalayim. I'm serious. I'm for real. The hospital, you know, maybe all of Israel is a check-in, but Yerushalayim is mamish like. With the mamish, you know, it's not where the nurse gives you a little injection. Yerushalayim is mamish, where they operate on you, right? Mamish. I want you to know, how many minutes I should? For those few minutes, I'm in Yerushalayim, but not the way it's now, but the way it's supposed to happen. Can you imagine how Yerushalayim would look like? There'd be no fear. So in order to have the strength and Chodesh Heaven and the whole months to get rid of England, for one whole week, I have to be somewhere where, you know, imagine if I'm sneezing day and night, and I think that's the way a person has to be. So I have to at least one time meet a normal person, don't sneeze all the time, right? You know, but maybe I'm sick, right? Most people, the way they are angry, they think that's the way, that's what life is all about. So Hanukkah, God gives me a chance for 1 week to be normal. Those few minutes I came to Hanukkah life. you know something? Okay, in Kippur I'm doing tshuva for everything, but you know, just remember the Israel said. In order to wipe out anger, I need the highest God awareness. I need the highest God awareness. Why was Yosef not angry with his brother? Yosef says, as a king on the yard, Zois, what of the foot? Zois of Sulis. This do and be alive. Yosef of Tzaddik. You know what Yosef of Tzaddik says? You know why you told me? You know your whole life is falling apart. Because you're full of anger. And if you're full of anger, you're not really right. He says, Zois of Sulis, you. And so the Kimani, I'm telling you, Mama, Yosef of Tzaddik said, you know what kept me going when I was a slave and I was in prison? Can you imagine what kind of God awareness Yosef needed to have in order to make it? So he says to Baal, Kimani. So Yosef of Tzaddik, because Mamish, I want you to know that it is clear to you. The truth is, every mitzvah I'm doing, if I'm doing it properly, it should wipe out anger from my heart. Everything I'm doing is to cleanse my heart. And everything I'm doing is mamish to make me whole again. You know, it says, Torah Hashem Tamimo, Yeshivas Noah. God's Torah is complete. It restores your soul. Makes you whole again. I want you to know something. I mean, without even saying everything again. You know something? Imagine I'm mamish hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm broken. I just had a fight with my wife. I walk on the street, and then someone meets me and says, Shlomo, you are the greatest creep in the world. You know what I'll do? Give up, I blow up. You think I blow up at this person? Am I blowing up at this person? You just give out of my crying incident. So broken. Give out of my broken. Give out I'm missing everything. Right? So what's Chanukah? Chanukah is a Shabbat. Mamish, everything's complete. Mamish, for 1 week, God gives me a taste. My house is complete. My children are complete. And the Torah is complete. And here, what's he going to do? Why did he make the golden calf? Obviously, you're missing something. I'm missing something. And we didn't know what it is. So the Erev Rav says, oh, you know what you're missing? You're missing a golden calf. You know when people are missing something, they throw themselves at everything in the world. You know, they start telling you anything. The whole drug scene, at one time, people were looking for drugs, were missing so much. The parents weren't in the right place, the life was not, everything was wrong. Everything was wrong. So you throw yourself at everything. So Chodesh Tevis, and the Ishbitz said, Chodesh Tevis is not really on the level of choice. Because when you're angry already, you don't have choice anymore. Chodesh Tevis is when I'm begging of God, please God, don't even give me the choice anymore. Take away my choice of being angry. I must fix my inside of my inside. Fix the inside of my inside. I want you to know, yesterday, 2 days ago was the Soviet Day. What the Soviet Day was all about. The war began to destroy the Holy Temple. Because the person has to know. You know what you're dealing with? There's a whole world surrounding you who wants to destroy your holy temple. It's not a question of $5 or $10. It's a question of your holy temple. Your life. You better fight for your life. The second thing everybody knows on the silver table is the Greeks translated the Torah to Greek. So what's wrong? It's beautiful, right? I would say, I think Rabbi Franz Cohen from Temple, I don't know what, was very happy that it's translated into Greek. Why are we fasting? I'm saying something else. Do you know when they translated the Torah to Greek? It was almost like in Egypt, there was darkness for 3 days. Much the world was dark for 3 days. What's so dark about it? Because I want you to know the deeper sense. When you read the Torah the way it is, and it's clear to you something is missing, it's going to be so much deeper. So much deeper. What is the greatest light in the world? The greatest light in the world when you do know something. What a life. What a life. Because when you know something is missing, you're out and you're praying and crying, you're out messed up around it. You're out messed up around it. Make it holy. So you hear, friends, God created the world as a complete world. And you know, the Ishmael says, why did God let Adam and Eve eat the wrong food? Because if they would have not eaten the forbidden fruit, they would have never known that something is missing. So sometimes when something goes wrong and you fall apart, you vow to set a blessing. Bereshit is Loshen Baruch Hu, the base. You think a blessing is only when things go good? Sometimes when things go wrong, it's also a blessing. Because then you realize, oh no, it can't be the way it was turned out. You know what happens to the moon when the moon is at the end? The moon realizes, I need this and that. I need something so much different. You know what Torah Shabbat Peh is all about? When it's clear to me, all the time. What's bugging us sometimes? People are quoting the Bible. They don't learn Rashi, they don't learn Hebrew, they don't learn anything. What makes you so angry? I mean, can you really imagine this is all God is saying? But that Moshe Rabbeinu is sitting up there in heaven? Got to be deeper than that. It has to be deeper than that. It has to be so much deeper. You know what's bugging us? Sometimes we go to a wedding. Someone goes to a wedding, and the rabbi says, I declare your husband and wife, and the power invested into the Holy Spirit. No, I declare you man and wife, husband and wife. Makes you round, right? Well, that's always the wedding. And then they go out on a honeymoon, and then they come back and they file a divorce. Why? Because that's all there is to it, why they have it. I want you to know why Eretz Yisrael doesn't get the place it's supposed to be? Because God wants us to be so much deeper. So much deeper. What's bugging you and me when someone says, I'm a Zionist? See, I'm a Zionist also. But you know what's bugging you? Because a Zionist thinks all Israel needs is new housing projects. You know, I was in London now and I met this woman and she is really the head of the coalition for Russian Jews. You know what Russian Jews need? I want to tell you the truth. They wouldn't believe it. They collected now $2 million in London. It makes you cry when you the word. $2 million, right? It's beautiful. And Yeshua was there, and you know what it is? They are making videos of all the Jewish museums of the world. And then they're sending it to Russia to see. Can you imagine a Russian Jew sees on a video all the Jewish museums of the world? I mean, his heart goes out, right? He says, I want to be a Jew in the worst way. If we Jewish people could have a museum like this, and $5 admission, got to be something special. Right? I couldn't believe my ears. I want you to know something. When we were in Kiev, I think I shared it with you. Sam and I were walking on the street. We meet the Tzibur. And he's the president of the shul, so to speak. Let me get back to America and meet me one day. Can you tell the students to stop sending us yarmulkes? Which nobody puts on anyway. Stop sending us books which nobody reads. Living. Send us living people. A legacy to you. Send us somebody alive. Heartbreaking, right? So you give him this. Imagine a person is full of anger. What are you supposed to do? Because it has to be clear to you. You're not angry at this person you're angry at. You know, when you're so angry, it's crying out at you. You're all I'm missing. You're all I'm missing. You're all I'm missing the wholeness of my own neshama. You're all I'm missing the wholeness of my own neshama. Just remember, sometimes they're not even angry anymore. They're dead. More than angry. Sometimes they're buried. Nothing reaches us anymore. So once you know all this Mechayish Kevis, at the end, we're reading Mamash Yaakov Avinu make Yosef HaTzadik swear, you carry me out of Egypt. Please don't let me stay. I want you to know whenever you and I then see when you see a person whose mom is dead in bed, don't let them say it. Mom should carry them out of Egypt. Come away with them. Don't let them say it. And you know what the dead person is? The dead person has no choice, right? He can't move. You know what the Ishmael says? A dead person is somebody there's not even by choice anymore. He is mamish dead and buried beyond choice. So you know what Yaakov Avinu brought down to the world? You can even help us. And I want you to know the deepest depth. Mamish as Yisrael is the deepest. You know what the Ishmael says? Yaakov Avinu put so much koyach into the Holy Land that as Yisrael can reach even somebody who is really dead and buried. We should live to see. We should live to see Mamish. Can we see and take the Torah? You know what it is? The Torah of Mount Sinai is for the living. As Yisrael, the Torah of the Shrine, is so deep, it can't even reach the dead. You know something? Why is Chiyas HaMesim in the Holy Land? And from there it expands all over the world. Because Israel, as the Holy Land, it can wake up the dead. Wake up the dead. And here I want you to know something. Esau and Yaakov was Baluvim, he didn't care. He wants to go back to Israel. Esau doesn't matter. What's bugging Esau? And this is also Israel's deepest way. Yaakov Avinu is utmost non-angry. Non-angry. What's the fixing? What is the fixing? And I want you to know, Yaakov is working on nothing angry. His father is You know when he was fighting with the angel all night? The angel wanted him to be angry. And what did you know it says? Yagovim ad gishtoy ad ochel. And he meant angry, what did he do? You see, I want you, when you meet someone who's angry back, right? What's the only way to stop angry? You're not angry, right? Imagine someone meets you and they want to tell you why they're angry. But if you are also angry, unbelievable, right? You're ready to kill each other. But imagine our heart would be so cleansed. No, it's not angry. What do you do? You can't help it. You're also not angry. What can you do, right? You can't. You know when Esau was for 5 minutes? When he met Yaakov, why was he kissing Yaakov? Was cleansed from anger? For 2 minutes? Yaakov was angry. So the angel was fighting. Can you just be angry a little bit? Just a tiny bit. A little bit. You remember the Gebal story the Holy Son said? The Holy Son says he only made one person who was mamish completely cleansed from anger. The Heilige Rabbi Shlomo. Remember in Limanov, the Rebbe Mamish, whenever they gave him money for a new suit, for a new kapot, he always gave it away. Finally, Chassidim decided, let's not give him money, let's buy him a new kapot. So they bought him, Mamish, a new silver kapot, it was so beautiful. Everybody was so proud, the Rebbe looked so beautiful. And the Shamus Shmendik, he brings the soup Friday night, and the first thing he does is pours the whole soup over the Rebbe's new kapot. So everybody was ready to kill this Shabbos, you know. So the Shabbos says he poured the soup, and in those days they didn't have cleaning stores. If you have a kapot and there's a stain on it, the way it is. So the Heilige Shabbos says, when the Gabba poured the soup, the Holy Pastor would turn around and said to the Shabbos, oh, it's too small. You know what it means? He wasn't angry. No, I shouldn't be angry. Why was he cleansed from anger? Because this unbelievable God of mine, this awesome God of mine, and destroy my Satan. Yosef HaTzadik thought, I am the Messiah because I'm not angry. My brother sold me. Doing something else. Do you think he was angry at the wife of Potiphar? You know, if he was the other time she came to come, she would have stopped coming to Potiphar. He was angry. He said, no, I don't want to. I mean, how can you be so holy? How can you not be full of anger? Put them in prison? Just go to the house. Probably picture what's going on here, you know. And I'm saying when it's off. Can you imagine if a woman put me in prison, how I would yell at her? But Yosef HaTzadik says, he says to his brothers, my tongue is Rosh Magolis, right? So it means Yosef HaTzadik, every word. Yosef HaTzadik thought, I'm the Mashiach because Gewalt had me wrong. Gewalt was like angry with my brothers, and I told my father bad things about my brothers. And he don't want to do that. Why was Yosef so angry with his brothers? What was the open heart of the person? What was the sense? Wow, wow. It's national, heavy, another one. Nothing to fit the fish, nothing to fix the beauty of the light, the holiness, the awesomeness of Rachel, right? And if you remember, the Rachel and Saul were the only ones who looked like Chava before she was driven out from paradise, doesn't mean just she didn't need any makeup, right? She was, the beauty was not from this world, from paradise. So why was he so angry with his brothers? Because they have a mother in heaven. Was missing. Much in the deeper said, why was Yaakov being by him and called? Because Yaakov really wants to make him for him. Everybody should have a father and a mother forever. What happens when God forbid someone loses their mother? Your father wants to make up. He gave him a call. It took Yaakov to 21 years, Yosef was father. And developed it keeps very hard to know. Once you know the deeper step. What gave him the strength? Because if you remember when he was sold as a slave, he passed by the grave of his father. You know what he was praying for? He said, I'm so angry. I'm so angry because you're not there. Awesome. But he actually did. What did he need Binyamin for? I want you to know Binyamin never had a mother. Never had a mother. I want you to know the holiness of the human is. Why is the Kodesh Kedoshim in the heart of the human? Because it is an angel. And I want you to know the deepest fact. God is doing what they're doing. You know, in Yom Kippur, when I do tshuva, I say, God, I want to go back to you. God is doing tshuva, God says, I want to go back to you too. And Shivei Hashem and Echon and tshuva. When Aaron HaKohen walked into the Holy of Holies, you know what he was taking up in heaven there? Because it's possible to forgive him still be angry. This is the part of Chochmah. I want you to know the deepest step. Didn't Rachel have the right to be angry at Leah? She gave her her place. But deep inside, she was Leah. I give you everything. You know, sometimes you do somebody a favor, but still angry at them. After we did the favor for them. Because doing somebody a favor and not being angry is people. Nothing to do. The Baal, the Heilige Mother of the World. I don't even get involved in the deepest depth. I want you to know something awesome. Even more awesome than awesome. When Rachel comes to Yaakov and she says, I cannot live anymore, I have no children, Yaakov got angry with her. You know what that means? You know what Yaakov was telling Rachel? You know why you don't have children? Because you're not in this world. Because in this world, you're going to be angry sometimes. I want you to know something very deep. You know what Nachum says? You have the right to be angry at God sometimes. You have the right to be angry at people. When it comes to my relationship to people, I have to be so much aware of God this way. When it comes to God, I have the right to say, God, I give you this thing. Remember, I'm not in front of us. So Yaakov says to Rachel, why is he angry with God? Angry with God. Angry. Anyway, I just want to finish. So Yaakov and Yosef and Binyamin are the holiest. Because Yosef needed before he gives himself to tell his brothers, I'm Yosef, he needed the strength of Binyamin not to be angry. And here I want you something also. When Yigash Elad Yehuda, you know what Yehuda says? Do you think the deepest God awareness is not to be angry? I tell you what the deepest God awareness is. The deepest God awareness is when everything is falling apart, you don't give up hope. Yigash Elad Yehuda, just look at me. I did everything wrong in my life. Everything wrong. And here, Mamash, right in front of my eyes, she took away my brother. I lost a share of this one in the coming world. Puts the bound to break it out. Because I believe so much in that. But you can make this happen. This is enough. You are the real one. You are the real one. Because not just to be angry, this is not the solution. The deepest, feeling of God is in 1 second everything will change. What's Mashiach all about? What's the holiness of we're waiting for Mashiach? Because we're not angry? The holiness of what's even is to teach us. Never give up in the last second. Mamish, you bother me not. And I want you to know that the Eighth is the deepest part of the world. It's awesome part. It says, V'yero Elav Hashem, twice we find the word Elav. V'yero Elav Hashem, God reveals himself to him, and then also V'yikash Elav Yehuda. He says, V'yero Elav Hashem. You know what God revealed to him? God gave him strength. You had a grandson like yours if you didn't. So now you should make up in 1 second. In 1 second. I want you to know the deepest step. After God was shining to him, the Yikash Eret Yehuda, and Avram Avinu, Mamish, knew what Mashiach is all about. He prayed for Sodom. That's what he prayed for Sodom, because he smelled Mashiach coming out of Ruth. But even deeper, he didn't give up on Sodom either. So where should he go? Shining. You see what it is? To believe in Mashiach is not only I believe Mashiach is coming someday. To believe in Mashiach means I'm not giving up on anybody. You know how deep this is? So I'm not angry at you. It's very hard. But I'm giving up on you. I'm not fighting with you. I don't care. Forget it. Oh, this is not it. The biggest question in the world is, are you mamish working? I want you to know the essence of this month is mamish. Well, Tevis is mamish, not to be angry. And the essence of Tevis is when you see somebody else who's mamish getting married, bring them to Eretz, lift them up. And if you can't do it, you have to know Yosef Atzadik swore. You know what the deepest steps of learning is? Is every word of the Torah alive before you? Is it just words, or is it alive? You know when it was translated the Torah into Greek, it was beautiful. but the words are dead. The words are dead. What's called indeed learning Torah? Not he knows more. The words living, every word living, it's every letter living. What, you know, friends, is there anything more beautiful than life? Why is Hanukkah so much into beauty? Mahavran, I just want to share with you. I was learning in New York. When God created the world, He always said to me, God saw it's good. But because God saw it's good, the snake came and says there's good and bad. You know what Hanukkah is? And the Hanukkah, God says to us, it's beautiful. Ah, it's something else. And it's beautiful. And it's beautiful, there's no snake, there's no good and bad. Something else. You know what Yerushalayim is all about? Yerushalayim is not good. Yerushalayim is beautiful. And I want you to know one thing. To be angry is not bad, it's ugly. Why it is when someone is angry, really don't want to look at them. You can take the most beautiful man or woman in the world, when they're angry, it's disgusting to look at them. Because they're ugly. So, Mamish says, this is the whole thing. Mamish, the Gemara says, Yerushalayim took 9 measures of beauty in the world. Just one measure. Mamish, bless you and me, we should have the privilege. Mamish should see it. Eder the rights in the world. You know what it means, master of the world. I don't care if I'm beautiful. But that you're shining. You know why we make a bracha over somebody else's life? As the master of the world, I don't care if I'm beautiful. But this year, let them be beautiful. What you know, my beautiful friends, the question is not only, do you know how good the Torah is? Do you know how beautiful it is? You know, Shabbos, it's not enough that it's good. Shabbos is so good. And you know what it is to be in exile? From Nachman says, exile is Yiddishkeit is not beautiful. And between you and me, you know, while we haven't penetrated Yiddishkeit into the non-religious world yet, we don't make it beautiful. We didn't make it beautiful. And imagine if every religious person would be so beautiful. Anyway, friends, it's Shabbos, it's Yom Tov. Let me say one thing that I know everybody would say some Torah. Basically, I'm saying this whole Torah for Chos and Kala, bless you. Not only you should be good to each other, you should always be beautiful to each other. And your house should be beautiful, your children should be beautiful, your life should be beautiful. And one thing that's being a good meeting. What? Yeah. Do we have? Okay, Chavre, the Kala is Mamish Tayah. So there's no other way, if you have 1.5 share of brachas, I don't think there's no problem, it's not a tip for everyone. Can you people just go outside and want, hey, where's your Chavre? On what level? What? Can someone find out how much Challah there is?
It's not full color.
What?
It's not full bread.
There's Mamish enough for everyone?
The little pizza.
Enough, yeah? Okay, let's wash fast. Fast. Right? No, because she's mamish tired. We'll see again. Can we just wash our hands fast? Because we have to say Shabbat for the Chosn Kala, and then we'll. Somebody's talking because of the work anyone
Unbelievable teaching, Shlomo, the best ever.
Must have been your book,
I'm sure we get the best.
I'm completely involved in the mitzvah of tzitzis. Right? Either way. There's one mitzvah of tzitzis on my head. I have a mitzvah that if I have a garment of 4 corners to put in tzitzis, right? So what is wrong? Is it a different kind of mitzvah of tzitzis if it's on this garment or on this garment? Doesn't make any sense to me.
If you're intending not to use one garment,
no, so that's what Tosfos says. That's what Tosfos goes very deep. If the mitzvah is mamish in this beged, right? So this is one mitzvah of tzitzis, and if I'm putting on another beged, it's like fulfilling another mitzvah. That's really very beautiful.
You're taking the mitzvah away from one beged at the same time.
What?
You're also taking the mitzvah away from.
No, because this is nothing. Because I'm doing it. This wouldn't be calling doing away because I'm on the way putting it somewhere else.
But then this garment is without tzitzis.
What?
Then this garment, then you're taking the tzitzis away from this garment.
Doesn't matter. So I'm putting it on this, but I'm fulfilling a mitzvah of tzitzis.
Then I don't understand what you mean by saying it's a mitzvah on the garment.
One second. Let's go over it again. Before you ask. Who wants to say over what we were just learning? You want to say it over?
The question is, if the mitzvah attaches itself to the specific garment, that it's the mitzvah that this garment has to have tzitzis on it, or the mitzvah attaches itself to the person. It's just that if I wear a garment with 4 corners, I have to put tzitzis on it.
So it doesn't matter which garment I wear, you know. It's really very, very strong, you know. So Tosfos says, Tosfos is like this: if you were to ask me, like without knowing the Gemara, you'd walk up to someone and say, "Can I take off tzitzis from one garment and put on the other garment?" I would answer very simply: if it's the mitzvah of this garment, right, then I'm not permitted to take away the mitzvah of this garment and put it on another garment, right? Because it's a different mitzvah of tzitzis. You follow Pesach or not so much yet? Let's go over it again. Okay, you make it very strong.
From inside or from outside?
What? No, just from outside. Just tell them first off. Then they'll get where are you, Holy Joe, man?
Smoking.
You're not meant to smoke here?
Well, it's fine.
Yeah?
Just sort of a consensus.
On the baby, okay, good.
So when we learned yesterday Chovat Talit, we didn't know what Chovat Talit means. So someone explained to us what Chovat Talit means. He said that it's actually the requirement is on the garment itself. The question is, if the requirement on the garment that this garment has to have the 4 corners, is that what the mitzvah means?
You mean any 4-cornered garment has to have?
If I own a 4-cornered garment, then the requirement is it attaches itself to the garment. That this garment has to have the tzitzis on it. Or is the requirement on the person that when I'm wearing a 4-cornered garment, I have to have tzitzis on my garment? The requirement attaches itself to me that I have to have the tzitzis on the garment.
So the thing is, if you have one pair of tzitzis, the 2 garments, like if you're intending to wear this one, you have to put the tzitzis on that garment that day, and then the next day you want to wear this one.
That's what the whole thing is involved to. Is if you can take it off of one of the other. If you say it this way, then can you? And if you say it this way, can you? Should we try to go through the Tosfos?
Yeah. Now one more thing. Let's first, before we get involved, let's see what about mezuzah. The same thing about mezuzah is also very deep. Yeah. And now, what you say, is it a law that whenever I live somewhere I have to put on a mezuzah? Or is mezuzah really a law? I have to have a mezuzah in this house. How would it sound to you?
I'm not sure
Do I have a general mitzvah in the world wherever I live? And in any house I am, I have to put on a mezuzah? Or when I live in a house, it's a mitzvah. This house must have a mezuzah. What do you say?
Sounds more like it would be this house that doesn't have a mezuzah.
Yeah, it's a very strong thing, you know. I don't have just a mitzvah wherever I live, I have to have a mezuzah. As I live in this house, I must have a mezuzah on this door, you know. Not only this house. If this is the door of the house, the mitzvah is that this door must have a mezuzah. I'm living in another house, and on that door will be the mitzvah that I must have a mezuzah on that door, you know. So let's say if I were to ask you, as simple as it is, am I permitted to take your mezuzah off from this door and put it on another door? What would you say?
What do you mean, in the same house? Or
Even anywhere, from one door to the other.
You can't.
well, if you move out of the house,
You're not allowed.
if you move out of the
Even
house,
you move out of the house, you
you're not
can't
allowed
change
to take
it.
a mezuzah with you?
No, because essentially kvar mezuzah, so it could,
No, that's a big thing. Now I'll tell you. The only thing is when you move out, the question is who's moving in after you, you know? If you know but this is already, let's not get involved in it because it's already a shy. I know maybe a non-Jew will move in after me and he'll scroll
but
the
now we're
garbage pail.
talking.
So so then I have to take it off because, well, this is already something else. Forget about moving out. I'm talking now. I have, beautiful mezuzah here, and I think, let's put it on the other door.
I think we've done that.
What?
But if you have another one to put, if you have another one to put there.
So what do you say? Well, the truth is, the Gemara says, God forbid, that the one who did it was punished from heaven, because he took a mezuzah from one door and put it on the other door. Because you're not permitted to do that, because like the door is crying, like the door, you're like putting the door to shame. Why
But what if you have a different one to put up?
Doesn't matter, but right now this mezuzah is this mezuzah here, right? Unless, you see, the question is, again, I want to get involved there, because if I have a very special mezuzah, more beautiful mezuzah, then the shaila is something else. If I can fulfill this mitzvah more beautiful,
Hiddur mitzvah.
the mitzvah, if I can fulfill it in a more beautiful way, if I'm permitted to undo what I did before and make it more. But let's forget about this. This is forgetting about more beautiful. Simply straight, there's a mezuzah here, and I say, let's put it on the other door. But then I take something else. The question is, maybe in one house, all the doors might be still one mitzvah, because it's still, the mitzvah is amezuzos besecho, the doors of your house. So if this is my house, all the doors are really like one mitzvah, The question is only if I can take it from one house to the other, because this is really a different mitzvah, right? Every house has a mitzvah of mezuzah, the doors of the house, So maybe from one door to the other, what you only did it from one door to the other, right? Not from one house to the other.
We're seeing that the Gemara was talking about one house to the other.
Yeah.
We're talking about one house.
One house to the other.
Because we looked it up in Bava Metzia, and it says if a
One
tenant,
house to the other,
if
right?
a tenant moves out of a house,
Right.
then he's out. If a tenant moves into the house, then the tenant has to put up a mezuzah.
Right.
But when he moves out, he has to leave it.
Yeah.
This one man, he moved
Took
out
it
of
off,
this
yeah.
house and he took it off, and his wife and children died.
Oh, you looked up the Gemara. It's
Yeah.
very good. Yeah.